Habits, the key to transforming your life. Habits are a significant part of who we are. What we do habitually shapes much of our daily lives. In fact, studies suggest that up to 70% of our waking behavior is driven by habits. This means that understanding and mastering habits is essential for anyone looking to make meaningful changes in their life. But before we continue with the video and I reveal the millionaire secrets behind the habits, comment below, "I am prosperous," and see your life changing in 48 hours with good news. Now, here's an important point. Forming habits isn't the same for everyone. Just because you struggle with one habit doesn't mean you'll struggle with another. We often hear varying claims about how long it takes to form a habit. 18 days, 21 days, 30 days, or even 60 days. So, what's the truth? Does the time required depend on the habit itself, or is it more about the individual? A fascinating study published in 2010, led by researcher Philippa Lally, shed some light on this. The study found that the time required to form a habit can vary widely, anywhere from 18 days to as long as 254 days, depending on the person and the habit. This shows that habit formation isn't a one-size-fits-all process. But here's the exciting part. By understanding how the brain learns and adapts, what we call neuroplasticity, we can use science to form habits more effectively, maintain them, and, if necessary, break old ones. Let's dive into how this works and explore a powerful tool rooted in psychology to help you master habit formation. The science of memory and habits. Habits are deeply connected to how our brain processes and stores information. Specifically, they're tied to what neuroscientists call procedural memory. This is different from episodic memory, which is the ability to recall specific events or experiences. Procedural memory, on the other hand, is like a mental blueprint, a step-by-step guide for completing a task. Think of it as a recipe for baking a cake or a workout plan that outlines the number of sets, reps, or laps you need to complete. Procedural memory helps automate actions, making habits easier to stick to over time. When you're trying to adopt a new habit, shifting your focus to procedural memory can help you overcome what's known as limbic friction. This friction is the resistance you feel when starting something new. It's that little voice in your head that says, "This is hard, do it later." How to use procedural memory to form habits. One simple but powerful way to activate procedural memory is through visualization. And no, this doesn't mean sitting cross-legged with your eyes closed, trying to conjure up vivid mental images. Visualization can be straightforward and practical. Here's how. If you're planning to adopt a new habit, take a moment to think about the exact sequence of steps required to perform it. For example, let's say your goal is to start exercising every morning. Instead of just saying, "I'll work out tomorrow," mentally walk yourself through the process. Wake up at 6 a.m. Put on your workout clothes. Prepare your water bottle. Follow a specific routine like 10 minutes of warm-up, 20 minutes of running, and 10 minutes of stretching. This step-by-step mental rehearsal helps your brain create a clear roadmap, reducing the mental friction that can make habits feel daunting. In the next part of this discussion, I'll dive deeper into a practical example of how this works and how you can apply it to your life. But for now, remember, habits aren't about perfection, they're about consistency. With the right mindset and tools, you can build habits that transform your life. Stay tuned and let's make change happen. The simple tools that make habits stick. Habits aren't just about action, they're about preparation. Let's take a relatable example. Let's take an espresso every morning. If this were your goal, you'd mentally walk through each step. Walk into the kitchen. Turn on the espresso machine. Brew the espresso. This mental rehearsal might seem trivial, but studies show it significantly increases the likelihood of consistently performing the habit, not just once, but day after day. It's a small, actionable step with a big impact. But that's just the start. There's an even more powerful tool for building lasting habits. It's called task bracketing, and it's deeply rooted in how our brains are wired to learn and automate behaviors. Let's break it down. What is task bracketing? Task bracketing is about using specific neural circuits in your brain, particularly those within the basal ganglia. These circuits govern two critical functions: action, execution, the go system. What gets you to start doing something? Action suppression, the no-go system, what stops you from doing something. Some people excel at getting started but struggle to stop unhelpful behaviors. Others find it easy to avoid bad habits but hard to take action on positive ones. Most of us fall somewhere in between, and no one has a perfect balance. Here's where task bracketing shines. It frames the moments before, during, and after a habit. Think of it as the neural bookends that signal your brain, this is where the habit starts and this is where it ends. Why task breaking matters? This framing mechanism determines whether a habit will stick, regardless of external circumstances, like a bad night's sleep, feeling emotionally drained or distracted, being overwhelmed by life's chaos. When task bracketing circuits are robust, they make habits resilient. You'll find yourself doing the habit even when you don't feel like it.
Unlock wealth in 90 days with the wisdom of a 7,000-year-old wizard. The Wealth Wizard's Secrets to be Rich Achieving Wealth in 90 Days helps you overcome limiting beliefs, reprogram your mind, and set clear goals. This transformative guide, packed with motivational stories and practical exercises, is your path to prosperity. Get it now for the promotional price, available only today. Click on the pinned comment link and start your journey to wealth now.
For example, brushing your teeth is something most people do daily, no matter what. It doesn't matter if you slept poorly or if your day is spiraling out of control. That's because brushing your teeth is so deeply wired into your brain's task bracketing system that it feels automatic, a non-negotiable behavior. In contrast, less ingrained habits, like going for a workout or meditating, are easier to skip unless task bracketing has firmly locked them into place. How to use task breaking to build unbreakable habits. To use task bracketing effectively, focus on these three phases. Before the habit, create a clear mental cue or routine that signals the start of your habit. For example, laying out your gym clothes the night before a workout. Preparing your coffee machine the evening prior if you want to make espresso in the morning. During the habit, stick to a defined process. Your brain loves structure, so having a consistent script makes it easier to repeat the behavior. After the habit, close it out with a small reward or moment of acknowledgement. For instance, taking a deep breath and feeling good about completing your workout. Savoring your espresso as a reward for sticking to your routine. By bracketing the habit with clear start and end points, you build a neural framework that makes the habit resistant to distractions or emotional fluctuations. Habits that last. Task bracketing explains why some habits, like brushing your teeth, feel automatic while others take effort. When you embed this tool into your daily routines, you'll create habits that persist no matter what life throws at you. The best part? You don't need to aim for perfection, just consistency. Start small, apply task bracketing, and watch as your habits grow stronger day by day. Your success is in your hands, and your habits are the roadmap to get there. Let's start building them today. How to master habits, making good habits stick and breaking bad ones. Habits shape much of what we do daily, but here's a fascinating insight. The value we assign to each habit, whether it feels essential or negotiable, is entirely up to us. For example, brushing your teeth might feel like an absolute must, while exercising or eating healthy might seem optional. What makes the difference? The key lies in task bracketing. This neural process creates a mental fingerprint for habits, making them feel reflexive and automatic. By strengthening the neural circuits tied to a habit, we can make it nearly impossible to skip, even on tough days. Here's how to leverage task bracketing and a few other tools to build great habits and break the bad ones. Priming your nervous system for habits. Just as warming up prepares your body for exercise, you can prime your brain to execute habits more effectively. The dorsolateral striatum, part of the brain's basal ganglia, plays a critical role here. When this area is activated, it helps orient your nervous system toward a habit, making it easier to perform. But it's not just about the habit itself. It's about what happens before and after. By framing the events surrounding the habit, you can associate the process with dopamine, the neurotransmitter that reinforces behaviors. Practical example, Zone 2 cardio. Let's say you struggle to stick to a mid-morning Zone 2 cardio routine. Here's how to apply task bracketing. Before the habit, positively anticipate the session. Think about the effort you'll need to put in and how it might feel challenging at first, but also rewarding. During the habit, stay present and focus on the process, even during the hardest moments. After the habit, reflect on how great you feel and reward yourself mentally for completing the session, not just for the results, but for the effort itself. By rewarding the entire experience, before, during, and after, you create a powerful loop that reinforces the habit. Breaking bad habits with replacement behaviors. Breaking a bad habit isn't just about stopping it, it's about replacing it with something better. Neuroscience offers a surprising strategy. Focus on the moments immediately after the bad habit, rather than obsessing over what led to it. Yeah, here's why this works. The neurons responsible for the bad habit are still active right after you perform it. This creates a unique opportunity to replace their activity by engaging in a positive behavior. A concrete example, phone distractions. Imagine you're trying to focus on work, but find yourself mindlessly picking up your phone. Here's what to do. Step 1. Recognize the habit. You notice you've picked up your phone again. Instead of just putting it down and feeling disappointed, acknowledge the habit without judgment. Step 2. Insert a positive behavior. Immediately engage in a quick, productive activity. For example, stand up and stretch. Jot down 3 key tasks for your work session. Take a deep breath and refocus. Step 3. Build a new association. By linking the bad habit, checking your phone, to a good behavior, you create a new pattern in your brain. Over time, the rewarding feeling of the replacement behavior weakens the neural circuits tied to the bad habit. Why this works? This method does 2 powerful things. Creates a double habit. The bad habit becomes tied to the good behavior, disrupting its usual loop. Enhances awareness. The temporal mismatch makes you more conscious of when you're heading toward the bad habit. Take control of your habits. Habits aren't fixed. They're shaped by the systems and tools we use to build or break them. By leveraging visualization, task bracketing, and replacement behaviors, you can take charge of your habits and rewire your brain for success. Remember, it's not about perfection. The key is consistency and a willingness to adapt. Start small, apply these tools, and watch how even the toughest habits transform over time. Your habits are the foundation of your future. Make them count. Transform bad habits into powerful opportunities. Let's take a common habit, reflexively picking up your phone. You catch yourself doing it again and think, "Oh no, I did it again." Here's the game-changing move. Pause and redirect. Instead of just putting the phone down and feeling bad about it, redirect your energy immediately. This is the critical moment to insert a positive behavior. Engage in a positive action. Choose something meaningful to you. It could be drinking a glass of water if you're working on hydration, doing breath work to refocus your mind, practicing a new skill like spending 5 minutes learning a language. The specific activity doesn't matter as much as its positive value to you. The goal is to create a new association. Every time you catch yourself performing the undesired habit, you pivot to something beneficial. Why this works? This strategy leverages your brain's natural ability to rewire itself. By immediately following the bad habit with a positive one, you break the loop. You disrupt the pattern that keeps the bad habit alive. Reinforce the positive. Over time, the positive behavior starts to overshadow the negative one. Increase awareness. You become more conscious of the triggers and cycles that lead to the bad habit. A simple step to change your life. If you're serious about building better habits and breaking the ones holding you back, this tool is your secret weapon. Remember, small actions lead to big transformations over time. Take control of your habits and transform your life. Habits are the foundation of who we are, shaping up to 70% of our daily actions. But here's the secret. No matter how challenging it may seem to form or break a habit, the power lies entirely in your hands. By understanding how habits work in your brain, through tools like task bracketing, procedural memory, and replacement behaviors, you can rewire your mind for success. Small, intentional changes today can create a ripple effect, transforming your future. To build lasting habits, visualization is a game changer. Picture the steps of your new habit clearly, whether it's preparing your morning coffee or hitting the gym. This simple exercise prepares your brain and body for action, making it far more likely that you'll stick with the habit long term. Task bracketing further reinforces this by embedding habits into your routine, so they become automatic, even on days when motivation is low. Breaking bad habits doesn't mean just stopping them. It's about replacing them with positive ones. The moment you catch yourself slipping into a bad habit, redirect your energy into something meaningful, like drinking water, doing breath work, or honing a skill. Over time, this creates new neural pathways, making the bad habit less dominant and the positive behavior more natural. The science of habit formation is powerful, but its strength lies in simplicity and consistency. Visualize your goals, bracket your tasks, and embrace those pivotal moments when you can shift from a negative pattern to a positive one. The more you apply these tools, the more they'll reshape your habits and your life. And if this video inspired you to take control of your habits and achieve your dreams, leave a like below and claim your financial abundance. Your journey to success starts with one habit at a time, and I'm here to guide you every step of the way. Let's make it happen together. And if you're ready to make this year the one where you change your life and become the first millionaire in your family, smash that like button below Your journey to financial abundance starts here. I believe in you, my young apprentice. Let's take this step together. See you in the next video.